Here's the thing. Nobody tells you about getting good at something. The people who improve the fastest aren't working harder than you. They're not more talented. They're not putting in more hours. They're just practicing differently. And once you see the difference, you can't unsee it. Most people learn a new skill the same way. They watch tutorials. They read about it. They take notes. They feel productive. And then 3 months later, they're still at the same level wondering why nothing is clicking. Here's why. Consuming information is not the same as building a skill. You can watch every guitar tutorial on YouTube and still not be able to play a single song. You can read every book about swimming and still drown. Knowing about something and being able to do something are two completely different things, and most people spend almost all of their time on the wrong one. So let's fix that. Here's how to get good at anything faster than almost everyone else. Step 1. Find the 20%. Every skill has a version of this. 20% of the techniques, concepts, or fundamentals that produce 80% of the results. Most beginners don't know this, so they try to learn everything at once. They get overwhelmed, they stall, and they quit. The faster move is to figure out what actually matters first. If you want to learn to cook, you don't need 200 recipes. You need to understand heat, salt, and timing. Master those three things and you can make almost anything edible. If you want to learn a language, you don't need 10,000 words. The most common 300 words cover about 65% of everyday conversation. Start there. Before you learn anything, ask, what's the smallest amount of this skill that produces the most results? Find that, learn that first. Ignore everything else until you do. Step 2. Practice in the gap. Here's where most people go wrong. They practice the parts they're already good at. It feels good. It feels like progress. But it isn't. Real improvement only happens at the edge of what you can do. The place where it's slightly uncomfortable, slightly difficult, where you make mistakes. This is called deliberate practice, and it's brutally different from regular practice. A musician who plays the same songs they already know for 2 hours isn't improving. A musician who isolates the one bar they keep getting wrong and plays it slowly 50 times is improving. Same time. Completely different outcome. Find your gap, the thing you keep avoiding because it's hard. That's exactly where you need to spend most of your time, not the stuff you can already do. The stuff that makes you feel slightly stupid. That discomfort is the feeling of getting better. Step 3. Get feedback fast. The other reason people improve slowly is they don't find out they're wrong until it's too late. They practice something incorrectly for weeks, build the wrong habits, and then have to unlearn everything before they can actually move forward. The fix is fast feedback loops. The faster you find out you're doing something wrong, the faster you can correct it. A coach gives you feedback in real time. So does recording yourself. So does testing yourself before you feel ready. So does trying to use the skill in a real situation instead of just drilling it in isolation. Don't wait until you feel ready to get feedback. Get it early. Get it often. Being wrong early is cheap. Being wrong later costs you months. Step 4. Use the output trick. This is the one most people never try. Instead of studying something to remember it, try producing something with it immediately. Write a summary in your own words. Teach it to someone. Make something using what you just learned. Here's why this works. Your brain only holds onto information it thinks it'll need again. If you just read something, your brain files it under probably not important. But if you immediately use that information to make something or explain something, your brain flags it as essential. It sticks. After every learning session, don't review your notes. Instead, close everything and write down everything you remember from scratch. Or explain the concept out loud, like you're talking to someone who's never heard of it. This single habit will double how much you retain. Step 5. Slow down to speed up. This sounds backwards, but it works. When you're learning a new skill, going fast before you're ready builds bad habits at speed, and bad habits at speed are incredibly hard to fix later. The solution is to practice at the speed where you can do it correctly every time. Then gradually increase. This applies to everything: typing, playing an instrument, public speaking, coding, sports. Whatever you're learning, find the pace where you can execute it cleanly. Own that pace completely, then push it slightly faster. Then own that, then push again. Slow, correct repetitions build the right neural pathways. Fast, sloppy repetitions build the wrong ones. And once those wrong pathways are built, you have to work twice as hard to undo them. The real difference: most people treat skill building like a passive experience. They show up. They go through the motions. They hope improvement happens to them. The people who get good fast treat it like an active experiment. They have a specific thing they're trying to fix. They try something. They check if it worked. They adjust. They try again. Every session has a goal. Every session produces information. Nothing is wasted. You don't need more time. You don't need more talent. You need better practice. 20% of the skill. Deliberate repetition in the gap. Fast feedback. Immediate output. Slow and correct before fast and sloppy. Do those 5 things and you won't just improve. You'll improve faster than almost everyone around you who's been at it longer. And honestly, that's the most satisfying feeling there is.